Alright, hi there, folks. Sorry for the delay. I was trying out some math and not sure how this math is mathing. This math is mathing very strange. Oh, no, I see. See the issue. Math is not my friend, that's why I'm a YouTuber. Let's just get into this. Whole lot to talk about, right? 4 races left now. And making sure I'm caught up on my YouTube. Still in the loading screen. Cloudy got 69 points. Whoop-de-doo, thank you, Cloudy. Lot to talk about. Yeah, with the hazers and everything, this being the 3rd iteration of Misty Mountain. We know what happened two times ago. The absolute chouse that ensued. No butter this time around. That did give us butter, right? Season 2 gave us butter. Hazy breaking the host curse. And then you have Season 3 should have been Clutter's win Season 2. Clutter wins at Season 3. And now Clementon, if you remember, back in Season 2, also DNF. Same turn 6. Although now this time it is not turn 6. And also this time around, Clementon, maybe some reclamption. And then, yeah, Hazy sounds like he's out. We'll get into that. A whole lot to talk about. Where is Raldo? Although I guess someone already told me where Raldo is, so thank you on that. But where is Cerulean? This was supposed to be their redemption too. Remember Season 2? Whole lot of things happening in Misty Mountain Season 2. One of them, Cerulean being the leader, fastest lap. They have the red flag, they have the restart, and then what happens? They drop in the standings. We're supposed to have some Cerulean redemption this time, as narrative suggests, as storylines suggest. But what's happening? Cerulean! Unless they pull a red eye from, what was that, Raceway this season, unless they can do that, go from the basement to the podium, it's not happening. The no bolts, the slow bolts. We are rolling in a very quick lap time, in a 20-second average that teams were breezing through. Some of these racers breezing through them. 16-second lap times through Q1. Cerulean still found a way to be slower than 75% of the teams here. Choke bolts, slow bolts, no bolts. Yeah, no gimmicks. No gimmick. We're getting into that bingo because, again, 4 races left, rather. It will be tough to get that. I do not think the other 3 races will have any helices. Maybe bank turns, maybe some accelerators, but yeah, very cut and dry. 17-second lap time. Okay, so I checked the lap, or I guess the maps. It might have been a different Misty Mountain. Let me get some water real quick. How's everyone doing today? I guess we skipped introductions because there's so much to go over. How's everyone doing? I'm doing nice and cool. This is how June ought to be in the Northwest. Nice 55 and drizzly, right? A couple days ago it was 88. Might as well have been 1,000. That's not anything good. Nice hazy, rather nice conditions. Of course, you check the thumbnail. A lot of Canada's on fire right now, which that's no good. A lot of haze out on the east coast. Those clouds are taking away some of the haze that was blowing through here, so that's really good. And of course, Misty Mountain, the haziest of them all, Dion approved. Gone through some changes, right? So season 2, introduction of Misty Mountain, starting gate was here going this way. Season 3, you had starting gate here going that way. Now they just completely changed it up. So what was turn 6 that messed everything up in season 2 is now turn 8 of 8. So this was, oh yeah, look top right, there he is, Raldo right there. Wow, you really, is that like the only time? They said he knows how to make an entrance. Oh yeah, look at that. Some Stone Cold Steve Austin rising out of the smoke. Hell yeah, Raldo. Got him. So, not a lot of turns. Not a lot of chances, it looks like, for DNFs. Because that's what we're hoping for is a DNF. 4 races left. Hoping it can happen. Lot of hard hits happening. And it's this turn 7 now that's going to be a deal breaker. Of course, we have a ramp with a nice straightaway and some splits. Depending on how racers maneuver that speed boost, that'll be a deciding factor for sure. But coming out of this sort of conjoined turn, world's shortest straightaway, saw that last week. Going into this turn 7, hairpin, meaning you're gonna donk your face up. Just build up a whole lot of momentum through this straightaway, through this split, navigate this curve, maintain that speed, maintain that momentum right into that wall. That is what is going to happen to a lot of these racers this weekend, happened to a lot of them in the quals. Got distracted realizing they have the sectors broken up. I don't doubt that every graphic has not had these, but it's just my first time noticing them. Only took 7 times. Better late than never. Cloudy gotta do a Russell Wilson for the Hazers. Throw more interceptions and touchdowns. Hazers Nation. Let's ride. Let's ride. Come on. Do I like where the O-Rangers placed? Yeah. Although as the most biased, the biggest Pinkies stan, not too thrilled where the Pinkies placed, trying to get something going for them. So here's the deal for a lot of these teams, right? You see Razzie coming out first because we're doing reverse starting order and such. Mocha Thunder comes out reverse starting order and such. It goes like this, especially with how the teams in the top half of the standings performed. If you are in the bottom 4th of standings, if you are the bottom 5 teams, your season's done. And that might be a graphic for the race tomorrow. It was not a graphic. Yeah, it has to be a graphic for the Grand Prix and not the qualifiers because anything can happen in the Grand Prix. But it's basically, if you're in the bottom 5, if you're on screen racing or have run, it's over for you. It is just over for your season. A lot of teams, a lot of individual racers, rather, now that everyone's run 3, and some have run 4 now. But it's basically, if you were bad having run 3. No, this is the 4th for some. Everyone's run 3. It's over for you. It is absolutely over for you. If it's Thunder, Thunder's on screen. They're on the bottom of the screen. Wow, no shock there, right? So, for individual championship, it's over for them. Somehow, because... Who was it that got the win? That was them, right? Because Bolt is still nowhere to be found. Because they got on the podium, they are still somehow, some way in the running for the overall championship. Still very, very slim. I do have a better chance of getting every single team on the podium crossed off, which I'll get into going into that podium. But if your team is in the bottom half, especially with how the teams in the top half perform through these qualifiers, and knock on wood, if it stays that way, right? Hoping that if you're, a fan of some of these teams that perform bad, that have been consistently bad this season, if everything stays what the standings look like now, if this were a race, right? And if tomorrow's race looks like these qualifiers, then it is over for a lot of these teams because they are just going nowhere and nowhere quickly. And as it were, oh, there's a nice family. That is a thumbnail. Nice marbles. Thunder qualifies 13th 3 times this season. Checks out. Fewer races makes it harder. That is definitely apparent. Although it is very damning for some teams, seeing how bad they are, right? 8 races, 10 races, 12 races, doesn't matter, right? That there's just some teams that are consistently bad and some teams that are just consistently good. We're getting into those consistently good teams now because those are the top half leaders. But this is just a lot of pain if you're the Thunderbolts. Shining Swarm, I don't know what it is with them. They just had horrible showings this season. Do not know what is the case with that. And then, of course, Thunderbolts, Chocolatiers, Raspberry Racers. I think that's the closest to first they've ever gotten this season. Next time I make a bingo card, get a ton of suggestions, then toss them randomly until the board fills up. So instead of 24 options, get 30 and scramble. Yeah. I mean, these definitely were not bad options for the bingo card. It just is not happening for the bingo card, which is unfortunate. And it's not my fault that the Thunderbolts are horrible, right? It's not my fault that Clementon started 3rd, ended 20th. Although, of course, moment. Did I know I reached 3,000 sub or 6.39k subs? Yeah. So, oh, I know what's happening there. Oh, I don't know what's happening there. Did I hit a delay? Oh, something happened. Yeah, so I've been at 6.4k for like the past year now, and then I came out with the Pride merch, and I actually lost a couple subscribers, which GG. All right. Here's hoping my okay. Here's hoping my display's not funky. Absolute reclamption. Redemption. Happening for Clement to knock on all the wood I have in this room. And also Red Eye. Red Eye having a solid Qual 1. And then turning that into a pretty solid Qual 2. Ecto, see, again, that hard hit. Although they did cement a top 10 placement. That hit right there. Very tough stuff. Very tough stuff. Quasar now on the outside looking in with Momo. What happened? It's Momover for Team Momo. So then Rima coming through. Absolutely beautiful shot of Rima coming down that straightaway. Whole lot of speed. Navigating those two turns well. Those two turns are going to be pain for a lot of these racers this weekend. If you are a Team Primary fan, you gotta be feeling good. Especially with how this season started out. Arab looked like they needed some saving. Then Arab gets it together, right? Rima looked like they had to do the carrying. Looked like they wouldn't be able to carry that much. Now, Rima and Arab have been hitting their stride. No carry needed. Very solid performances from them. Very solid qualifying. Momo about to miss Q2 for the first time this season. Sitting on the edge. Sitting on P10 for the moment. And somehow it doesn't come from Cerulean. Do we get a split screen? What happens with Cerulean? We're up here. Up in that S curve. Just slow going. Not a whole lot of speed off of the speed. And be kind, rewind. Let's get some Grog Woods in here. Haven't had Grog Woods in a while. Also, do not know if he said penultimate. For the fact that it is one of his favorite words. The fact that he has gone this far without saying penultimate.
Poor middle sector. And goes up to third. Stinger is safe. Iceberg eliminated. Momo on the bubble now. Here comes Cerulean with a rather unkempt middle sector.
Saying unkempt. Sheesh. Yeah, absolute pain for Cerulean. Primary might win. That'd be hype. Right? Speedy some nice time making it up. That second sector is going to be a tough one. And I think it's just because of the splits in it. And then cloudy. Fastest second sector. My goodness. Okay. So my title is Total Accurate Predictions. That's okay. I don't need a Y. Cerulean has taken all the Ys in the world because Cerulean, why? You finish in 18th? You can't even be faster than Thunder? You better pull a red eye, Cerulean. If I am a Cobalt's fan, which I am not, but if I were, you better hope that Cerulean pulls it together. We thought Red Eye was going to be dead in the water in O Raceway in 20th place. What the heck happened? Then it's like, oh, okay, this is just some yips. First time in a long time on the track. This is just some rust. Coming third. How you doing? Keep it moving. Red Eye safe here in Q2. They did miss out on Q2 a couple times this season. And I was like, okay, Red Eye's the same old Red Eye. Ain't nothing to it. Gangster Rap made me do it if you're Red Eye. But Cerulean. What the heck is Cerulean doing? They better get it together. If I am... Again, all the Cobalts fans out there better hope that Cerulean gets it together. And then Momo also. The opportunity is there for Team Momo to get it together. To actually get up in the standings some more. They had an opportunity last week to make a podium run, provisionally, overall podium. Mimo couldn't get it done. Now you're thinking, okay, Momo's got to pick up the slack. They can't pick up the slack. So everyone, including myself here, now, right? Everyone, including myself, hoping for this Como-Mary run, right? This Como-Mary overall podium. Primary's holding up their end of the bargain, right? Rima's sitting pretty. Starting top half, making it to Q2, right? Having a chance for pole. But for Team Momo and for the Cobalts, as of late with Cerulean, we gotta hope that Royal runs the table. It definitely is looking like Cerulean because we got Misty Mountain, we got Electron Speedway, or Electron Expressway rather. So not a whole lot of time left for some of these teams. But Royal still needs to run their other two. So if Cerulean can make another run, hasn't missed the podium yet, right? If they can make another run, then we can make... No, they still have... Yeah, they still have two to run. They've run three. So they still have two to run. Hasn't missed the podium yet. Maybe Royal can pick up the slack because Cerulean letting the team down. Yeah, that's right. We have Electron Expressway, Stardust Accelerator, Casino Square. And I'm thinking if I am Sapphire, I'm running Royal, Electron Expressway, Host Curse, Schmost Curse, Host Blessing because Royal Goat. Okay. Royal Goat. And then Casino Square. Electron Expressway, Casino Square. That's where I'm running Royal if I am Sapphire. And Sapphire better because Casino Square, last race of the season, last Grand Prix of Season 4, whole lot of teams are going to be in this running. There are a whole lot of teams within 25, 29 points of each other. It'll be down to the wire. I am hoping at the very least I am getting one of those bingo squares with at least 6 contenders in the final race because it is looking like that kind of season. No season 2 cat-sized runaway, right? Although the cat size are definitely holding their own. Regardless of a red eye carry, blue eye started getting it together. Still don't know why they made that switch. Switch shouldn't have happened. But red eye is definitely making stuff happen on their end of the deal. Cerulean, please don't get Hazy. Yeah, right here. Let's unmute real time because Greg just says something completely one-off.
Fans of the Hazers pretty happy to see Cloudy get into Q2, although several are wondering how former captain Hazy might have done after Shade said Hazy's not coming back to the team. Well, either way, we...
What? I'm sorry, time out. Be kind, rewind. Greg, we need some more info than that. Hazy, if you remember, the huge controversy because they let their team down in M1, because they let their team down in Marbula Cross. Remember, had a chance for the championship. Not only do they choke the championship away, not only do they choke the podium away. No, they choke the podium away. Not only do they choke the championship away, Marbula Cross reverse starting order means nothing when Yellow or whoever for the Mellow Yellow went from 13th to 3rd, seals the deal for their run, their first championship ever, right? Could have been the Hazers, should have been the Hazers. All they had to do was beat Razzie in 15th place. Couldn't do that. Choke it the very last turn with Hazy. Not only choke the championship, they choke the podium. Not auto-qualified. Have to go to the qualifiers. Can't qualify. Not only do they not qualify, they get relegated. Hazers country, let's ride. So the huge move with the Hazers was not only kicking Hazy out of M1, not only kicking Hazy out of their captaincy, they kick him off the team. Unsigned free agent, just wandering through space on sabbatical, and now everyone's like, hey, is Hazy coming back to the Hazers? Are they coming back to the team? You know, maybe not the league, at least not M1, but are they coming back to the team? Maybe another team. Now it sounds like Hazy's fired. They're on a sabbatical for a year. Paid them for a year. Say, hey, do some soul searching. We'll do some soul searching. We'll come back this time next year. This is this time last year, and Hazy sounds like they're off the team. Sounds like they fired him. They cut Hazy from the Hazers, and it gets announced as an aside, Greg Woods. We need some more information. Need some more context. Hazy gone? Hazers Nation, let's cry. Hazy is gone. Absolutely dirty what they did to Hazy, how they announced it, and now, if you're some of these teams, you have a rather solid marble. Just don't let them anywhere near block push. Don't let them anywhere near a multi-lap race, right? If you need someone for funnels, okay? Need someone in balancing, maybe? There is Hazy right there for you to sign. If you are a team that might qualify but is not going nowhere, obviously they're not going to go back to Hazers in the middle of a relegated season. Obviously they're not going to go to the Cobalts in the middle of a relegated season. But if you're like the Balls of Chaos, 4 points per event, very bad, but still not out of the question going to qualify, because it's the Balls of Chaos. They're chaotic. They could qualify, they could not. And if they qualify, they're going to be trash, just like last year, just like prior years. If you're one of these teams that has a chance, but is there more often than not Snowballs somehow not relegated, I could see Hazy on the Snowballs. Because you remember, Snowballs also got rid of Snowflake. So there is a real chance that Hazy, now that it does sound like Hazy is not returning to the Hazers, that Hazy has been fired, they could sign with another team. Snowballs, if I'm the Snowballs, which I'm not, thank God, but if I'm the Snowballs, I should put together a deal for them. Should increases the chance of being relegated. Sheesh. All right. Here we go. The aside that, oh yeah, BT Dubs, Hazy's fired. Anyway, Q2, and just like me, it's done under a minute. Hold for AO. And with the immediate burst of speed from Speedy getting past Billy, huge first turn. Okay, these inside lanes. I knew that Clementon, and this is a thing about sports. It's not only, oh thank God Clem is in first, it's oh thank God Speedy is not in first. Because the moment Speedy gets the lead, they are not leaving the lead. The best way to overtake Speedy is to not let them get in front of you in the first place. That is what Clementon did through all 3 of these laps. And again, just 16-second lap times. Bit heftier this time around with 10 marbles with 3 laps. Looks about 20 seconds per lap. Of course, Clementon, a whole lot of teams were under a minute. Some of these teams were over a minute. I'm going off of Tumult's time for Q2 to base my predictions for the times on this one. Clementon, Speedy, Cloudy. Man, that was too close. Had a whole lot of space. Coming off of the straightaway, Speedy stays off of the wall. Still hit the wall a bit, went onto that embankment. But Clementon was all up on that embankment. Almost got passed by Speedy. Stiff arms him, blocks him. How you doing? Keep it moving. Pole position. 3 points for their team. Let's hope that my pole sitter gets 0 points square does not come true. Increase the number of laps. Yeah, they should. But that's why there are 18 laps for this Grand Prix. Multiply it. I multiplied it wrong because there we have Stinger coming across. There we have an O-Ranger sign upside down. Don't know what that was about. So that is a nice lap time and a nice number of laps because it is a product of 3, so I don't have to deal with any repeating decimals, I can just multiply these times by 6. Look at that matte marble. Looking nice there. Okay, so I was doing math earlier, and again, math is not my friend. Took Stinger's time, which is 65 seconds, and some decimals. Multiplied it by 18, which is how many laps there are. Forgetting the fact that this is the time from 3 laps. So I need to do 65.432 times 3, which will give me the time. No, that is a time for 3 laps. Times 6, because that is how many time 3 goes into 6. So 65.432 times 6. That gives us 392.592. And then we're going to do that 14% multiplier. Actually, let's not do that yet. Let's see how Sleet Street went. Let's pull up some Sleep Street. Now, Sleet Street without the sleet is Sleep Street for sure. All right. Grand Prix. Alright, qualifying round 2. Club's time was 73 point whole lot of decimal seconds. And the true time, Cloudy. Yeah, Cloudy might go back to back. Good gracious. All right. 360 plus 38. So 398. This was for 2, and there were 16 laps, I do believe. 16 laps. So absolute math. I'm comparing Cloudy's race time to Club's qual time through 3 laps, because 10, that's about an average, right? 10 of 20, even though 20 marbles didn't race. Still a good time to go off of instead of the race winner. So 73 and a whole lot of decimals times. Okay. That gave me 450, just about 416. Might as well just round that up. Compared to the actual time, and that's seconds, right? 416 seconds. Comparing to the 6-minute 38. So divide this back by 60. And we get 6.9, which is 6 minutes and... Oh, what would that be? 54 seconds. 6 minutes, 54 seconds. Yeah, math is a time, man. Math is surely a time. The big thing for this, which is not going to happen now that 3 of the top 9-10 teams, like, basically if you're in the top half of standings, you are starting in the top half for this next race and the Raspberry Racers. We got this bingo. We can move this math to the bingo time, right? So 38-second lap time I do not think is going to happen this season, which is a shame, unless Casino Square is a massive square. A 10-second win I do not think is going to happen either. 6 contenders, definitely. But it's every single team getting on the podium that I want to talk about for this moment, because there are 4 races left, right? And there are 3 podium spots per race. So 12 teams still need to qualify, or 12 teams still need a podium. And there are 12 podium spots left. So it doesn't matter which 12 it is, as long as the 3 of those 12 don't for the next week. So it's 12 out of 20 times 3 divided by 20. Because that's how many podium spots there are. And then for next week, it'll be 9 divided by 20, because the 3 who haven't podiumed can't then podium again, because there are still teams that all need to podium. So it's 12 and then 9 and then 6 and then 3. And you're multiplying each of those by 3 divided by 20, because, or 3/20ths, I guess. Because that's how many podium spots are available. So you end up with the mess that's 12/20ths times 9/20ths times 6/20ths times 3/20ths to the power 5. Which is a whole heap of mess. That's a whole heap. You multiply all that together, you basically get a decimal followed by 5 zeros and a 6. So it is a 0.000. Yes. 3 zeros and a 6%. 0.0006% chance of every single team getting on the podium. Of all the 12 teams that who haven't made it to the podium, and one of those teams is the O Rangers. Okay? And O Rangers, don't know if you notice, they up on pole right now. Clementon. Here's hoping that it can happen. 0.0006% chance. For reference, you have a 10 times greater chance of being struck by lightning. Which isn't that unlikely, but it's pretty unlikely. It is definitely much more, like, the chance of winning the jackpot on a lottery is less than the chances of the 12 teams who have not gone on the podium getting on the podium. So here's hoping. The last race of the season is Casino Square, so we high rollers, we hit in this parlay, which needs It brings me back to figuring out this multiplier. So I'm getting a smaller number, which actually is nice. I'm going to divide 416 to 398, and that'll give me 0.4. Looks like 0.4 slower. So instead of multiplying, I'm going to now divide. Well, I'm still multiplying, but I'm going to go for a slower time instead of a faster one. Faster instead of slower, I guess. I'm going to take what Stinger's time would be for 16 and then multiply that by 96 or 0.96 rather, gives me a smaller number, which is a faster time. So all those decimals times 96 gives us even fewer decimals. And then gives me a lot of 8s. And then dividing this by 60. 6.2. So 6 minutes, 12 seconds. Which does check out with each of these laps being about 20 seconds. Okay. Big math show, I know. So 6 minutes 12 seconds. We'll actually do 16 seconds because it is 0.28 and not just 0.2. Yeah, so we're gonna do 6 minutes 16. Let's do 3. 6 minutes 16.3 seconds is my prediction for the winning marble coming across this line. So 6 minutes 16.3. All right, let's get some podium out the way here. And let's check out these teams who have not made it on the podium. Thunderbolts somehow made it to the podium, even though they are bad. But that certainly helps our bingo. Oh, Rangers. Let's do this here. Getting a lot of pole positions. Yeah, getting a whole lot of whatever bold means. Forget what bold means. Qualifier bonus. Yeah, getting a lot of these qualifier bonuses. So let's have Clem win. Let's hit the under on that. We got Red Eye Racing. Oh, Red Eye already got the podium. Needs to be a team that hasn't. Have the Ducks done it? Oh, where are the ducks on this? Green ducks. Ducks haven't done it. We got Billy. Billy had a pretty solid time. Let's hit the over on Billy. And now... it's gotta be a shock. It is going to be a shock team. Cloudy last. Better not. Yeah, Hazers is sitting fat. Ain't gonna sit even fatter. Cobalts are going to drop in the standings now. I think Primary's going to bump up. Momo is probably going to stay there because they are 11 points clear of Team Plasma. And Team Plasma doesn't seem to be having a whole lot of haps happening for Ecto unless they can make something happen during this Grand Prix. It's possible. But in terms of how this is looking for the championship, Momo looks like it's Momover. Have the Balls of Chaos gotten on the podium yet? They have not. They are nowhere. Let's have Tumult. Why not? It's gotta be a shock. It's gotta be a shock team. Let's have Clemmy, Billy, and Tumult up on the podium after this one. Let's do Speedy, fastest lap. They can't keep getting away with it, although they do keep getting away with it. Slowest lap, let's go to the Razzies. I haven't seen the time deltas for the slowest lap off of Sleet Street. Are the time deltas ever posted to the wikis? Because they should be. Those are pretty handy images to have up for reference purposes. Alright, I see some spam questions in the chat. Might as well get the questions out the way. Choose your own marble rooting. We're on the 9th. I'm thinking the 23rd, which is in 2 weeks. I'm thinking that video could come out that day, which isn't the most unrealistic goal. And then Cobalts, I ain't gonna roast them just yet. They do that for me. They have M1, although it's not looking good for Cerulean, but at least they have M1. Okay, just came out with the Jungle Jumpers video, which you should watch if you haven't already. You could watch after this one. But Jungle Jumpers ain't got anything happening for them, except for the fact that they are not relegated. Hazers and Cobalts can't say that. Somehow, some way. Truly a time to be alive. Hazers, Cobalts relegated. Pinkies are league champions. Alright. So... time deltas are on the pages for each. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, and Josh updated my bingo for me. Let me, there we are. Thank you, Josh. Oh, that res. Wow. Don't need that many pixels. But I do appreciate all those pixels. Let's see where we're at. Yeah. Alright. Misty. Maybe don't want to miss Mountain. It's Sleet Street. Grand Prix. No, that's season 3. That's season 4. I say no time delta. I'm looking for the slowest laps. Resolution got bored. I'm digging the resolution. It sad times for these two bingo squares. Yeah, Cloudy has 69 points, but they're not a team. It has to be the entire team. Although, kudos to Cloudy, you got the nice number. Cobalt's Y. Yeah. Oh yeah, who did take fastest lap? I said Tumult fastest lap for Sleet Street Grand Prix. And it was Reem, I do believe. I don't know, fastest for 4. Yeah, it was Rima. So, a lot of repeats this week. Rima doesn't need a carry because Arab is also doing pretty solid. I know people ask who I think will win. I think Primary might win it. Depending on how this goes, and again, 10 times better chance of getting struck by lightning. So, I think it's over for my bingo in that regard. But Primary, Hazers, Cobalts. I think Royal will do enough carrying. But if these are the final final results after tomorrow's Grand Prix, then I do believe that'll be it for the Thunderbolts. It'll be over for the Blackjacks. It'll be over for the Chocolatiers. Especially with how elite some of these top teams are doing. The Hazers team primary, right? Savage Speeders. They can't keep getting away with it. They won't get away with it. Please God, they can't get away with it. I don't know what to do if the Speeders win, if they jump back up in the standings. Standings. Hazy, please win. Please win. Alright. Got Red Eye, got Primary, got Cerulean, got Momo, got Reclamption, got Hazy, got my predictions in, got my bingo checked out, got all the maths crunched. 6 minutes, 16 seconds is the time to beat, says me and my poor math skills. And wouldn't you know, it has been an hour. Here's a better look at that thumbnail. We got Tumult and Stinger, no Bumble and Clutter, so no butter. Got Mary out with that Haze Amaze. She burning Canada to the ground. Reclamption, Hazy farewell party. And that's all I need to know for the thumbnail. I'll see you back Monday. Go O Rangers. Nice spot, but if we've seen Clem getting a top spot, they'll choke it away. So maybe this time around we could see the pole sitter gaining 0 points. That'll be a hard place to fall, but they have fallen 17 spots, so all they have to do is do that again and have it happen. Alright. Thank y'all for watching, for tuning in. Have a great rest of your day. Have a great weekend. I will see you all on Monday, noon Pacific, to overreact to whatever happens tomorrow. Anyone know who the artist for Mary is? It's Momokai. Let's see what Momokai's not. It's so Momover. That is all she's been tweeting about, is just how this team, these green balls, letting her down time and time again. There we go. She does stuff like that. Mimo best girl, just not at racing. Alright. Thank you all for tuning in. See y'all Monday. As always, Waluigi's gonna take us out with the new song, because I moved over some files and the file structure for the song that I usually have got messed up. So here we go with song that hopefully should work. Have a good rest of your day. Goodbye.